Baruchim Habayim, Shalom Aleichem. Moshe Langado here, speaking under the auspices of Kollel, Baruch Ahavat Yisrael, which is based in San Diego, California, and SHEMOT Tziyon here in Brooklyn, New York. We start the book of SHEMOT. We are introduced to our greatest leader, Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, our teacher. In this parsha, we see how he was born, how miraculously he's saved, and how he grows up, and he has a tremendous empathy for the Jewish nation, how he has to run away from Egypt and run to Midian, and there he finds a wife. Let us look at the episode of how he found a wife. His father-in-law was the chief priest of the nation of Midian. He was a pagan. He was an idol worshiper. But before he met Moshe Rabbeinu, he already had qualms of teshuvah. He realized that paganism is false, that the idol worship is a bunch of lies, and he started on the road of teshuvah. He went to his people and told them, "My good people, what we've been doing is false, are a bag of lies. Idol worship has no power. Paganism is rubbish." The people heard this, and rather than follow their leader into teshuvah, they banned their leader. They excommunicated him. Nobody can help Yitro. Yitro lives alone, self-exile. Even his sheep, his daughter had to shepherd them. And even when his sheep needed to be watered, nobody would help the daughters of Yitro, for they were banned from the community. One day, they are waiting for the other shepherds to finish their watering of the sheep. And who comes? None other than Moses, Moshe Rabbeinu. And he sees this injustice. And what does he do? He goes and he helps water the sheep. The daughters of Yitro go home early. And Yitro says, "My good daughters, I know it's very difficult. I know nobody likes us. But how did you come back early today?" And they told him, "There was an Egyptian man. Yes, he helped us." "And who is this Egyptian man?" And he went to look for him. And he brought him home. And lo and behold, his daughters were going to have a very hard time getting married in Midian, because they were in cherem, in excommunication. All of a sudden, who became his son-in-law? None other than one of the greatest men who ever walked the face of this earth, Moshe Rabbeinu. We think that sometimes we do things which are right, and we feel hurt and abandoned. Maybe that's how Yitro felt at that time. Abandoned by everybody. Abandoned by God. Don't be so short-sighted. Realize that if you do good, good will chase after you. And only good will happen to you. And Yitro became, from the priest of Midian, he became the father-in-law of Moses, the advisor to our great nation. My friends, it also works in the opposite. Pharaoh heard from his wise men that born to the Jews will be a savior, a man who will save them from this bondage. And what did Pharaoh do? An evil, a most disgusting decree. Every child, every male child must be drowned in the Nile. What did that statute, that law, cause. He thought he was going to save himself from the Messiah of the Jews. My friends, let us laugh at Paro. Because what did that law do in truth? It orchestrated a great salvation. The daughter of Paro herself, Bitya, saved Moshe from the Nile. Moshe Rabbeinu, the nemesis of Paro, would grow up in his very house. When you think you're going to trick God, God tricks you. My friends, this is the parsha of denial. Denial. Don't be in denial. Be above denial. Realize that the Borei Olam orchestrates everything. We do good, and sometimes we feel bad consequences. Know that there will never be bad consequences when we do good. Know that good will chase us. And when we do bad, we think we are going to gain favorably from it. Never, never. We'll only lose out. Just like Paro, when he made that horrible decree against the Jewish children, all that happened was that under his own very nose, the Messiah of Israel grew up in his own house, being tended by his own daughter. Abotai, let's take it to heart and chase after good, and good will chase us. Shabbat Shalom.